This is Derek, Boise Cylinder Head Services. Today we're going to go over doing a tour, going through our shop, a tour of our shop. This is the outside of our location here in Garden City, Idaho. You can see our sign above here, our front door. Got a pretty nice view of the hills and the rest of Garden City over here. Dr. Ford's garage across the way. Let's come on in. We'll see. Do a walkthrough. This is where all the customers bring their stuff in. We got our front office here. A little bit of clutter going on, but this is where we intake all the cylinder heads. Put all. The first thing we do is put the cylinder heads on this bench here, and we'll inspect them. We'll go flashlights. We'll look them over for any kind of cracks and kind of advise the customer based off of the reason they brought it in, what we need to do or what we think we should do to that cylinder head to get them a functioning product. Over here is our shelf that we put all the finished products on. The customers can pick them up there, and it makes it easy for us to check them out of here. We use these red carts to keep everything organized. One job, one cart. We stay pretty busy. We've got about 28 of these carts that we probably fill up all of them in a week and finish about half of them per week. Over here we've got a couple tables where we tear down and rebuild the cylinder heads. Right here you got a pair of 2013 Subaru Outback set of cylinder heads out of the FB versions of the 2.5. Over here is our core inventory shelf. Any cores that we think might be relevant to rebuild at some point, we put a tag on them and store them here. This is our machine where we take the springs out, springs and keepers, and disassemble the cylinder heads. Let's see. We got our core shelf lines that wall right there. We need a lot of space for our cores. Over here is some more in progress jobs that we have going on. A 3.6 Chrysler, 3-liter Subaru. We do motorcycle heads as well. This is a 2002 Honda CRF 450R that we're rebuilding, resurfacing, and getting ready for somebody's fun toy. Over here we have a line hone machine, and that's for block work. We have another shop where we do all our lower end block work at, and they'll bring long blocks over and hone the main bearings right there. Right here is our welding station. If we ever need anything like seats or oil galley plugs that we need to weld out, we'll use this machine right here with our table space right there. And then back in this room, we have our Healy coils and time cert all organized here for any kind of thread repairs that we might need. Over here is our cylinder head storage for all our rebuilt cylinder heads. We've probably got a good 100 or so different cylinder heads back here. We just rebuild them out there, clean them up, and get them prepped to go in a bag with some cardboard on them to go on our inventory. Right here we got 8 different cylinder heads for the 2008 to 2010 Subaru turbos. Cylinder heads, 2.5 EJ25 variety. Over here we got kind of our cam storage, old cams. Got a lot of Subaru cams and Toyota, just all our oddball cams that might become relevant at some point or another. We also got some extra old parts here. Cam gears, springs, retainers, a whole variety of stuff that we store right here. Right here is our guide honing section. If we ever do bronze guides, we like to hone them instead of ream them. And we use this machine and station to do that. Over here is where we do our stone seat grinding, which is kind of a bit outdated now. We like using our Rottler SGF8 seat and guide machine to cut our seats. seat profiles, but this is the older way to do it. Sometimes it's still relevant. We also install guides here and install seats from time to time. Over here's our MagnaFlux station. You've probably seen in a previous video us going through and doing a MagnaFlux that detects cracks on cast iron cylinder heads. Now we're going to go outside and we'll go out in our room here and we'll look at the resurfacer. It's where we resurface all our cylinder heads. We've got two machines, a Comec and a Burco. The Comec we've had for about probably about 20 years. We've got a lot of good use out of this one. That'd be this one right here. We also have videos on our channel about us using that one and kind of going through the rundown of what it takes to resurface a cylinder head on this machine. Oh, this is our Burco SM1000M. This is my favorite resurfacer. It's also our newest machine that we have in the shop. It has a Winfield fixture in it that makes it really easy to clamp cylinder heads in between these hydraulic press pins. And we probably resurfaced about 50 to 75% of the cylinder heads in this machine. All right, and then we got our valve grinders here. We have 3 valve grinders, a quick way, a Sioux, and another quick way. We prefer using these quick way machines. They grind valves really nice and really quickly. I believe we've shown that in the video prior as well, using the well, maybe we need to make one. I don't know if we've actually done one of those. Right here we got a spring tester. This tests the different pressures of a spring. We use that with performance builds just to confirm our spring pressure at certain open and closed heights. We also use this machine to do a lot of old flatheads, like Willie Jeep flatheads, where the valves are in the block. We need this kind of space in order to cut seats into it and cut the profiles on it. So we'll use this machine for that, along with drilling. It's pretty much a giant drill press as well. This is probably one of the older machines in our shop. It's seen a lot of good use. Right here we got a couple more FB Subaru engines, cylinder heads that we're rebuilding. This is the AP25 casting numbers. It's out of like a 2013 Subaru Outback, just like before. We're rebuilding about six of those cylinder heads right now for our inventory. Over here is the Sioux valve grinder I mentioned earlier. We don't get too much use out of this one, but it does have a stone on there for grinding like titanium valves. The harder material we'll use that machine for. This is our other quick way. We've had this thing for about 20 years as well. Gotten a lot of use out of this one. All right, over here we're rebuilding some single overhead cam Subarus, the EJ25 VVT cylinder heads. This is out of like the 2008 Subaru Outback, Impreza, Forester. These are a couple other tables that we use for rebuilding and tearing down cylinder heads. Right here we got a couple of Honda heads that we're in the process of putting together. We did a complete valve job on these things. They're all dirty, grimy before, and now all we got to do is put in the keepers and retainers and slap the cam in it, and we'll be done with this job. Over here, this is probably my favorite machine in the shop, the Rottler SGF8 seat and guide machine. This cuts out seats. It's kind of a drill press as well. Has an amazing fixture for putting cylinder heads in there and lining them up perfectly level, so we can do whatever kind of work we need to. It also has a vacuum check gauge on it, which comes in really handy to verify that our seat valve contact is precise. Let's see, and then I guess we got our balancing equipment, which we don't use all that often, but it's kind of buried underneath some rags over here. But we balance crankshafts and weigh rods and pistons and balance it all out, balance the whole engine assembly. Back there is our parts department. We keep all our guides and valves, springs, and anything we need. Valve stem seals, lots and lots of valve stem seals. Up above we have a little bit of space where we put our older inventory cylinder heads. So each one of those boxes is another cylinder head. And then out this way we have our glass bead machine and our grimy clean station where we clean off all the grime from the cylinder heads and parts. We've done a couple videos with us using this machine. Our glass beater has a really big cabinet, makes it really easy for glass beating cylinder heads and anything else that we can that we see around here. And then this is our cleaning station. We got our clean wash right here, a sonic cleaner, a little station where we spray off all our cylinder heads, and then this is our pressure testing machine to check the cooling systems for any cracks or leaks. And then we're back outside. And that's the end of our tour right there. Go ahead and subscribe and like this video. Hit the little bell notification so you get all our notifications for our videos. Thank you for watching today and have a great day. Remember, it's all in your head.